to the gods, everyone. Today starts a new day. Yes, today is Monday. So get your ass out there and get to work. Or if you're off today, get some things accomplished. Drink you some lemon tea. Give your body a chance to detox and get all of these impurities out of your body so you can feel 100% today. Alright? Your joy and happiness belong solely unto you. Please stop giving away your joy and happiness to undesirable individuals. Your joy and happiness is part of your sanity, which you control. So on that note, let's get right on into the topic. And what I am choosing to discuss today, I'm going to close this vent up, eliminate any background noise. I really need you all to hear me out when I say this. I don't have a lot of videos or vlogs where I am talking about our children. Now, I won't lie. It's our kids. Do you ever really go out of your way and just hug, embrace your children and just let them know you are proud of them, regardless of whether or not they are young, or hell, even they are of age. They are in adulthood. They're in their early 20s. And the reason why I'm saying I'm speaking about this today is because my son, is, he's dealing with some demons. He's in a dark place, and he's fighting against something that is affecting his relationship, with his little girlfriend and everything, and I sat back and I looked at him. I listened to, I listen to him. Sometimes we have a tendency as parents, as guardians, whether, it's your biological child or even, a stepchild. Sometimes we want to implement our rules and our laws and guidelines and whatnot upon them, because we have experienced so many things that life has revealed. So a lot of us parents, guardians, we feel that what we are telling our kids is only to protect them, and there's nothing wrong with that. Mind you, I totally agree with that. Hell, I encourage that. But also, we have to be willing to listen to our children, because we don't know it all. Okay? nor should we portray as if we know it all, because sometimes there's questions that are presented to us that we can't even answer ourselves. Why? Because we haven't experienced that aspect in life. So, I'm sitting up here. I gotta make a pickup. So, I was sitting up here and I was listening to, I'm listening to my son. And I'm trying to, I'm not going to say try. I did. I put myself in his shoes. Because I was his age at one point. And I too was somewhat rebellious. I guess that's where I have that rebellious type of mentality even now against this system, this system of tyranny and capitalism. It's just, to me, I understand the difference between being free and someone else's version of freedom. So I was somewhat rebellious, at his age. He's 22. So yeah, I was somewhat rebellious at his age, living my life and, and whatnot. But rarely do we acknowledge and show appreciation. Better yet, rarely do we even take the time out to learn from our children, because our children are a representation of us. So what we pour into them is not 100% going to always be there. It's a mixture. It's a blend. Because your life experiences that you are pouring into them, they have, they will have their own life experiences. Some of them are already experiencing things in life right now that they're not necessarily expressing to you as the parent. As the parent, as a guardian, they're not expressing that. When my son told me he was in a dark place, I had to catch myself, because I too was in a very dark place that I just didn't want to be bothered with anyone. I didn't want to be bothered with anyone at all. And I wasn't focusing on me. And when you fall in that place, in that dark place of depression, anything could happen. You could hurt someone. You could hurt yourself. You could find yourself in a compromising situation that you might not be able to talk your way out of. So when he expressed, when he told me he was in a dark place, all I could do, at that moment in time, I felt as if my heart just dropped down in my gut, because He knows that I love him. He knows that I love him very much, and that I'm willing to give him the necessary tools that's required in order for him to be superior, in order for him to recognize his own power, in order for him to become that king, that God that I see that he can be and that he will be. I don't want to push too hard, but he understands that, hey, I'm riding your neck because I love you and I see greater potential in you in every step. I want you to make choices for yourself and think and weigh out the pros and cons. Ask yourself, is it really worth it? Is it really worth the time? Is it really worth the energy you taking part in this? Like, think logically and strategically. And I feel that he's getting it. There are certain things that I worry about, and I get it. There's a lot of things that parents worry about, guardians worry about, but have that necessary conversation with your children. If you are a guardian, have that necessary sit down conversation with them. I mean, all it takes is just to open that door, and you will start to realize that if you open up that door and you talk less and you listen more and stop trying to forcefully implement your rules and what you think or feel is right, because remember, we were at one point, we were their age. We were their age at one point. We didn't always listen to our parents. We didn't always do the things that our parents felt that we should have done, because we had to experience life for ourselves. We took the insight and wisdom from our parents and applied it to our life, but some of us did not necessarily live the life that our parents had laid out for us. And there's nothing, it's nothing wrong, it's nothing wrong with your child wanting to live her or his life according to what they feel and what they think. We want to protect our children, and we have every right to, but we also have to listen to our children, because sometimes our children know a little bit more than we do. Sometimes our children pay attention to things that we typically as adults are not paying attention to. So every day it's a learning experience. Life is a learning curve. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. But we live through it. We fight through it in order to be stronger, in order to be self-sufficient, in order to be in a position that our words would create a sense of comfort and support for our children, to reinforce the notion and the understanding that, hey, we got your back. We are here. We are willing to put a motherfucker in the goddamn dirt behind our children, And I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, true enough, this is not my biological son, but I treat him as such. I don't categorize, I don't label him as, oh, my stepson. I always call him my son. Where one man failed, another man picks up the torch, and he places that torch in the hand of the youth, because we're not always going to be around. We're not going to be here forever. That's just facts. But we have to listen to, we gotta, at some point, you have to listen. We have to listen to our kids. Every day is a learning experience for us. Sometimes our children learn from us. Sometimes we learn from them. Sometimes we feel that, we're just too, we are too prideful. We are too prideful, and we don't listen to our kids. We don't listen to our kids because we feel, they don't know what the hell they talking about. Listen to me, and you do this and you do that. You say this and you say that. You act this way, you act that way. It's a time and a place for everything. We tend to do that to our children. But then we're so close-minded that we don't even want to listen to them. And then we are distraught when our children are in a compromising situation where they have brought harm to themselves or harmed someone else, and then when the truth actually reveals itself, then it's like, why didn't you talk to me? It's like, if they feel they cannot communicate effectively with you without you being so close-minded, then no, they're not going to communicate with you. They're not. And I'm speaking from experience because I was the same exact goddamn way. My mother was very, very close-minded to a lot of things that I learned. A lot of questions, a lot of things that I felt just wasn't right. She was very close-minded to. Still somewhat close-minded to this day. She feels that me being her son, I don't know what I'm talking about. So, okay, sure. But then she starts to see certain things unfold that I previously was speaking about. She starts seeing these things. And then it's like, boom. She was like, you remember when you were telling me about this? I see it. And all I do is look at her. I'll be like, I don't say I told you so. I give her that look, and she knows. So okay, as long as you see it. When you see it, when you experience it, that's a change right there. Change starts there. Change starts with you. Change starts with me. And we have to pay more attention to our children. Listen to your children. Congratulate your children. Let your children know just how proud you are of them being there, being the best they can be. Whether or not you agree with everything they're doing, whether you agree with it or not, just letting them know that, hey, I'm proud of you. I love you. And when they ask, what are you proud of? You better have a goddamn good explanation why you're saying that you're proud of them. Don't just take what I'm saying, but look within them and look at the things that you are very, very proud of. And you let them know, hey, I'm proud of you. You let them know. Because when you let them know that, hey, I'm listening, yes, I'm proud of you, I support you, I might not agree with everything, but goddamn, I'm your biggest goddamn cheerleader. You know, I'm your biggest supporter, and I will always be your biggest supporter no matter what you do. That's when they will start to accept more and more of your wisdom, more and more of your insight, more and more of your point of view. And then they will begin to open up to you and reveal certain things that you have never, that you haven't heard of. They just start revealing, they start revealing truth, their truth. So Monday is about, I'm going forward. I'm going to make Mondays. Monday will be about our children. Start your day, start the work week off acknowledging them and letting them know, hey, I appreciate you. You are going to do great. You are going to be successful. You are going to be powerful. Because words have power. And just like anything else, when you continuously repeat those things to your children, they start to believe in themselves and they start to make great moves throughout life that is going to solidify those words. So, hug your children. Hug your children. Love your children. Tell your kids you love them. Tell your kids you're proud of them. And mean it. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Walk that walk and talk that talk. Because when we leave this reality, that's it. There's no reset. We make our transition to whatever side we're making our transition. And we hope that the legacy that we leave behind for our generations to come, they will continue to feed off of that. They will continue to be the very best that they can be. That requires being accountable. That requires being responsible. That requires them to be honest and that requires them to be candid with themselves. Look at themselves and look at what they've done and what they are doing. And make the necessary adjustments, reevaluate their lives. They will do it. And they will make us proud. But it starts with us. And if you're not doing it, you need to start doing it today. You need to start doing it now. And making it a continuous habit that you encourage, you empower, you support, you trust, you love, and you educate your children. So on that note, I'm just going to go ahead and close this out. I love you all. I appreciate your energy, your comments. Share the video. I hope you have an opportunity to share this video. Someone needs to hear it. Someone who's a guardian, someone who's a parent, they need to hear this. So I'll catch up with you all soon. I don't know, I might drop another blog shortly. Just right now I need to gather my thoughts and exclude my feeling from it.